Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I am coming to you live from the hive with a white cord in front of our faces, but not anymore. We also have, in case you're wondering, that is Hunky Doodle Dandy. He is puddling in the sink. I do have to eventually teach him how to use his paws to turn the water off, but that will be another day in time. So help me out. When you see that he's gone from there, let me know so I can shut the water off. So we're here on a Wednesday afternoon and it is November 6th. Oh, it's always a good day to be with you guys. We had an exciting day yesterday. We learned about who placed where within the Stampin' Up! World, and I am very excited and thankful to say that we made it to the top 10. Yay, Mama's proud. So we were number 8, you guys. So for all my team, my customers, my community, my family, it was definitely a labor of love. And I am very proud to say that we ranked in the top 10. Super cool. And on all, like leadership was number 4, and then sales and team building were like 12 and 14. It was super cool to finish at 8. We did it. So after I came out of last year, my mom, well, we were number 11 last year, and my mom said, oh, you're going to try for the top 10. So that was our goal all year long, and we did it. So yay. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Randy. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Mary Lemke and Linda Hunt. Hi, Linda Kraus. Good afternoon from Chile, Manitoba. Yes, we had a cooler day today as well. Hi, Karen from Australia. Hi, Mary Novak. Hi, Donna Grushki. And there's Penny Powell. I see you. Hi, Jeannie Gertis. Hi, Debbie Gast. There's Gwen Goda and Nedra. And there's Randy. Okay, yes. Oh, congratulations. Yes. All you guys are so amazing. We did it. I posted about it on different platforms on Facebook, different groups. And I look at it as that it's not me or I that did it. It is us. We did it. It definitely is not a single woman or person that does everything to get ranking that high. It was the community and the team, you guys. And in spite of everything that happened this year, thanks, Linda Hunt. It was definitely a crazy year with going to Mexico and breaking. I didn't just wake up, but I do feel like I got the Sandman got me last night because I didn't wash my face yet. But you guys get me in my all natural beauty. It was definitely crazy with breaking the foot and then coming full swing into an event in June and then another event in September and then another event in October, and doing a remodel project that turned into a lot, and we're still not moved back in to my craft room. We're still working in the confined spaces of the green room, and it is what it is, right? So, but Connie has no power, but hopefully your phone has enough juice, yes, to watch the presentation. I hope so too. Hi, Vanessa Ritter. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jean Shoot. So it was awesome. It's so crazy. And we're already into this next Stampin' Up! Year started October 1st. So we're already working our way through that as well. I am also excited that something else big happened yesterday. We made it through the election, you guys. And the one thing I hope for you now is that you don't get advertisements as crazy as you've been getting them. It has been a month long of you guys struggling and dealing with all of the political ads. And we said, let's just get through the election, and hopefully after that will subdue. And so I'm curious, and you don't have to like blow up the communication now, but at some point after this presentation or this live and maybe into next week, if you guys notice that it's less, I hope that you just are good, that it's a lot less, and hopefully we appreciate it when there aren't advertisements, right? So hopefully that helps. So that is good that is now beyond us, and full speed ahead with stamping, right? So I have on my desk here a Memories and More class. In case you guys missed it on Monday night, we did a Memories and More class. I did make 20 cards with you from start to finish. We even had time to Stella them. The only thing we didn't necessarily do was the stamping of insides, and that's okay. I still haven't done them. They're still sitting here, guys. But I think that I have maybe 6 left of this in case anybody was still looking for it. People have been emailing me. I know that there are emails in my inbox where people ask for it, and I promise I'm going to be getting through emails. Yesterday we worked on designing a class and staining, and so I was kind of removed of emails and communication, but I'm working through them. Our big shipping day is Friday. So and I'm a just-in-timer, you guys. I don't know if you know that. I fly like in right, I slide, I coast right in. And so my goal is to absolutely be ready for big shipping day on Friday. So I know if you're waiting for an email, I'm still getting through them. So no problem there. But I have a little bit to share with you. Diane and I, we tried. We tried to get Let's Just Stamp designed for December. We got 2 cards done out of 3. I kept being pulled in different directions, and so it was really hard to focus on getting all 3 done, but she's coming back tomorrow, and we're going to get the 3rd one designed, and we're going to work, I think, on the otter class tomorrow, maybe, is our plan. Memories and More class, Marcia, your porch pickup, I would assume that you want porch pickup, would be $55, and it includes different products. So Diane's registered for Onstage. Yay, Diane! She's not watching, but I just saw the post come up. Today is another great day, you guys. We can register for Onstage, and it's super cool because it's just going to be an amazing event because we get to celebrate lots of achievements and milestones. And I have 47 rooms blocked, and Brandy Cox and I are doing an event at the Sheridan where we are staying. And that event is on the front end of Onstage on that Thursday from 10 until 2. We have about 35 or 36 people signed up at the moment, and our capacity is 100. So if anybody's watching me and still needs to get registered for that, you better do it soon. I know that will fill up in the next couple weeks. I would have to say in 2 weeks that might be full. So, hi Kay Weir. Hi Susan Bellamy. Can't stay. We'll catch the replay. No problem. All right. And Debbie Gass got registered. Yay. I sent an email out to the team and I posted to the team today. Make sure you get registered. And if you want to do the event with Brandy and myself and Brandy and me, then go ahead and get registered for that. So cool. All right. I'm going to share with you guys really quick before we do share, create. So why are we here today? We are doing the share a recipe, create a card, and inspire others. And the recipe came to us from Kelly Sheridan, who is from Santa Rosa, California. And I have hers here. We'll get to that momentarily, but I do have some Happy Meal to share with you and a couple class cards for the Poised Peony Let's Just Stamp. And I'm just so excited. Oh, Donna already got her first ad. Hi, Jean Maxwell. Okay, well, that is normal. Getting ads is normal. It's a part of it, and I do truly appreciate you guys getting through the ads. I will tell you that the ads, myself and other demonstrators who teach classes on YouTube that you guys watch ads for, we do get a small, like for every ad you get, you might give us a penny or 2 pennies or 3. I don't know. It depends on the ads. I don't know how it all works. I just know that once a month, Google sends me a direct deposit, and any little bit helps, even if it's $100, right? Every little bit of extra income that can come in to help me to be able to facilitate not having to go back and get a full-time job or a part-time job, that I can support myself by teaching classes and kitting up classes. And just know that when you watch an ad, instead of feeling negative with the ad, maybe just say, here you go, Christine, here's a couple pennies for your bank account, or here's a couple pennies, that'll put some bread in my jar, okay? So just look at ads from more of a positive aspect versus a negative aspect, because any demonstrator that has ads that are running on their classes, they do get, it's only if they have over $100 in a month too, right? It's not like a given. So it takes a little bit to work up there, but it does help put a little bread in our jar. Okay, so just say, here's your beer for the week from me or something. This will go for your bread or your beer or your chicken or whatever. Help us keep us fed, right? Okay, so do you have to pay to use YouTube? No, I do not have to pay to use YouTube. Hi, Barbara Godby. At least it was shorter. Good. I'm glad to hear it was shorter. Hi, Feline Mays. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. And thanks, Suzanne. I appreciate that. No, it is free for everybody to get a Google or Gmail account, because YouTube is part of Gmail, part of YouTube. It's all the same conglomeration, right? The same thing. So anybody can sign up. So I have my email address that I created with the YouTube or the Google a long time ago. And all I did is I added on a channel. And I have my Cards by Christine channel, which is the business side of it. Same email address. I just have a business side and a personal side. And then what happens is I don't know, because things have changed through the years, but I started my YouTube channel probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, way before I was even doing lives. And I know that I couldn't do lives until I had so many subscribers. So at first it was, let's get let's get subscribers. And I remember 2 years ago, I was at about 700 subscribers, and I couldn't go live in YouTube until I had 1,000 subscribers. And so luckily I was already at 700, and I don't know how I like managed to have 700 through the years because I really wasn't doing much on YouTube. But then we pushed in July, August, and September of 2022, and you guys helped me. You helped me reach 1,000 subscribers, and I did my first YouTube live in October once I hit 1,000 subscribers. And so it doesn't cost me to do that because I'm using my YouTube channel. It does not cost me I don't believe anybody ever has to pay to use YouTube. It's a free platform. And what happens is how the advertisements work is YouTube will randomly put advertisements into people's videos as you're watching. And if you watch it, or if you click on it, or if you make a purchase from it, then there's different amounts, and it's usually like pennies, right? So if you watch a 7-second ad or maybe a 10-second ad, it might give me like 2 cents or 3 cents, right? Small amounts, like, so not a lot. So don't think that like the struggle is a very expensive struggle. It's like it's a few cents. But what happens is, like, the bigger a demonstrator is, like I don't know, maybe 4,500 subscribers. So that's people that are subscribed and watching my stuff. Like, there's other people that can be watching stuff and not subscribe, but like, think about it. If like you have a million subscribers, my dad watches all these farming shows. My dad farms all year long, even in the winter, from the comfort of his pajamas in the dining room table, in his comfy slippers and a blanket wrapped around him when it's so bitterly cold outside. He is farming because he's watching farmers that have these YouTube channels in the South, and he can watch what they're doing. And my dad says he's farming, but he's really watching the YouTube. Just so those people have millions of subscribers. And my dad has an advertisement that pops up. Sometimes he'll watch it. Sometimes sometimes at a certain point you can skip it, right? But anyways, he's helping whoever's that farming show make a little extra bread in their jar. Okay, so that's how it goes. All right. So, but long story short, no, you don't have to pay for it, and just know that instead of looking at it as a negative thing, I just ask you guys to say positive with the ads, because it does help demonstrators who are getting a little peanuts from it. So, okay, good deal. Good question, though. All right, so I have some happy mail I want to share with you. So, Angelique, you are watching, and I should have stole Tyler's card. So, Angelique sent thank you cards out to people for the Escape and for the Wounded Warrior Project, and I got this beauty of a card in the mail. I think it came 2 days ago already, and I am already going to case this. Angelique knows it. I said, I'm going to case this. So you guys, isn't this gorgeous? It's cool. It's the copper leaf, and it's navy mixed with some of that new autumn designer paper that's part of like the Close to My Heart line that Stampin' Up came with. It's not Close to My Heart anymore, but it's the Stampin' Up version. They came out with some extra designer paper that's autumn. And Angelique, you're watching. And is it sweet as autumn, or is it sweet as something? The word sweet is in it. But love it. So I'm definitely casing this card for the catalog launch party, which is a Fun Folds class, and it's the first week in January, and it will feature sale-a-bration product, which is super cool because this uses a half a sheet of designer paper. But when it's sale-a-bration paper, I go full bore with that kind of stuff. So one of your class cards for the catalog launch party is going to be this layout of a card. Now, not this paper and not this embellishment. It's going to be featuring new sale-a-bration and spring mini catalog product, but it's so cool. Look at that. I love it. Okay. And Feline says she rarely gets ads during the lives. And hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. And that's just it, you guys. Some of you guys did and some of you didn't. So very pretty. And then she made one for Tyler too that was all tree related, which is super cool. This one is from Dawn Ablett, a very pretty sunflower card. I absolutely love it. I love this. So one of my thoughts, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I was thinking of collaborating with Amanda Waldhart and designing a special class where it would be cards of this size or skinnier, smaller ones, but like tall and narrow or slim line cards. Like doing a specific class just on that. And I need to find some time. Look at how she's got the inside in here as well. So pretty. And so I was thinking about doing a slim line business. This is a business size card to me. I was thinking about doing a slim line class. So I don't know when and where and how, but that's on my thought. Linda Hunt said, be careful, Feline, you'll jinx yourself. Sweet Days of Autumn is what Angelique said that the name of this designer paper is. It's in your online store that you can purchase. It's not in a catalog, but this designer paper is available. So very cool. And then I think was Celebrate Sunflowers. This one, A Little Hocus Pocus, comes to us from Julie Bierschbach, who is currently residing in Florida. She did a little spells and potions card for me for Halloween, and has Happy Halloween. I love it. The 3 different designer papers in the back. And of course she put a cat on. Julie's not a fan of cats, but she put a cat on for me. I love it. And then Angelique says she loves slimline cards. Yay. Okay, so someday, eventually, I'll fit a slimline card class. Okay, so we were just talking about Let's Just Stamp for December. We went away from the mini catalog and are kind of converting away from Christmas in December, and then we are focusing on the Poised Peony for the Let's Just Stamp. We are using these focal images and the 3 sets of words and that little guy on the inside. And these are 2 of the cards so far. Again, there's 3 cards for this class. You guys are getting the sneakiest peek of them all before the class is even done. We went gold in these, so we added a little gold foil to both of them, used the gold gems, and this one has blackberry with peacock, and then this one has blackberry with a little gray granite and fresh freesia. And this one has the In My Thoughts, and that one has hello, and the next card will be a birthday card. And you guys don't really probably know where this designer paper is from, but if inquiring minds want to know, this is the Utterly Awesome Designer Series paper. And there's one more that is a balmy blue color, which is going to be, for the next card, is going to be balmy blue and berry burst. We're trying to figure out if gold will work with it, but we might sneak silver instead. So yes, so there you go. So for this one, if you don't have the Poised Peony, you guys will have a white piece of paper here that the palette will be whatever you want to stamp on there, and you could whatever you want to stamp on there. So another one where you don't necessarily have to have Poised Peony to make it work. All right, Debbie loves the peonies. Good, good, good. All right, I did bring 3 kittens in here, and I just want to make sure they're not trying to get out. Okay, good. All right, the kittens have been going through a lot of staining these last few days. We were live on Monday night. I think I showed you we had stained, and I don't know if, I think I showed that. So we have here the bay window got stained, and it's kind of dark, but you can kind of see it. The color is Jacobian, and then the windows here and the windows there. I did show all of the stain trim. Let's see where the stain trim is that I took a picture of. Oh, I got a shout out here, you guys. Jeannie Parker on my team. She had team building level 2 and she had leadership level 1. And I think, oh, here's Tracy Sorge. Tracy Sorge had leadership level 2, sales level 1, and team building level 2. Super cool. And then I also have Diane Bogenhagen, who had, I believe she had sales level 1. And Jenna Helms had sales for level 1 and team building for level 1. So yay, the bees are doing great. I will be, if you're on the team, I haven't published the other 2 yet because I didn't have their information until late last night. So Kelly's working on that. And I was going to look here for the trim. Oh, here it is. So the trim, in case you guys missed it, like that's what we've got. So the sad news is that it's been really muggy and rainy here in Wisconsin. And my mom thought we'd be done by tomorrow. And that would be fine if the weather was dry and warmer. But right now it's sticky and it's not sealing, or it's not drying properly. Not properly, but it's just not drying. So it's kind of tacky yet to the feel. And so we've been like in this airplane hovering over pattern that is not working with us. So maybe tomorrow. So we put the heaters in the rooms and the fans, and now hopefully by tomorrow we'll be able to put our first clear coat on. So allows me to work on other things then. So hi Millie Kendall, I hope you're doing well. All right, are you guys ready to make a card? So I was thinking about what to use for product with you, and I feel a little bit bad because we used the otter paper last time, which we just had this class last week Monday, so a week and a half ago, and that's because it was supposed to be earlier in the month and it got pushed out because of the Wounded Warrior project. I don't think I had the brain capacity to do it that first week. So Debbie said fans. Yes, yeah, I think you're talking about the fans and the heater. We got heaters and fans going, and we got all the windows shut, so then it's stinky because of the stain, but the stain doesn't smell bad, it's just overpowering. So anyways, back to the cats. the cats haven't been out here yet because the garage, they stop and they have to get into everything. So I picked up each cat individually and I brought them in here. And they are all, I see a cat on a chair over there. They're all about. They're all around sleeping and snoozing. And they're probably happy that they don't have to deal with the stain. Okay, so back to the otters. I just did this year Create Inspire with you last week. And it actually was last month. Yes, that was correct. And we used the otters because I thought, oh, let's use some brand new product. And I thought about, for this card today, let's use the new marbled set. There's a new heart love set, marbled elegance or hearts of elegance or something. Hi, Mary Schreiber. I can't remember the name. Not quite yet. It's not committed to memory, but it's all reds and pinks and whites, kind of like Valentine's Day-y. So I thought about using that, and I went to go look for it, and I forgot to put it on my pre-order. So that happens. So I think you're going to get stuck with otters again, and that's okay. The otters are cute and adorable and fun. But since I had them sitting there, and now they are actually current. So for anybody who is interested in getting this product, it is available to everybody. There's designer paper, there's a stamp set and dies. There's some really pretty soft pool party ribbon. There are these really pretty gems, and we use these for class on Monday night. And so we're going to use the otters again. So I think that you guys will be okay with that. I hope so. And it'll also promote the class. So we're doing the quarterly order-based class the first week in January, and it's going to feature the otters. And it was awesome. I was able to tell you guys, if anybody orders the otters stamp set and dies and one other item from the suite, you could use it as your registration for this class. Even though the class is in January, I'm going to treat it as a promotional class like I do my suite bundle. So that if anybody does get those things, that you could pick the January class. And then I was going to do a half a pack of paper for the promotion too, that you get a half a pack of paper for it. Carissa loves the otters. Yay! Awesome, awesome sauce. Okay, so let's flip this down. Oh man, you guys, cards like this always get me worked up a little bit, only because I always like to know what I'm doing, and going into things blindly is sometimes hard for me. So this is what happened. Back about 2 years ago, this class kind of came to be a brainchild. It was actually not quite 2 years, shy of 2 years. It'll be 2 years this coming January, February, we started thinking about this. We ended up with these extra recipe cards because I do two classes with Rose Coleman and Katana. We do the Technique Club class together, and we do the Sweet Bundle class. So if you are in Canada and you are watching and you are looking for a demonstrator, or if you're looking for kitted classes, like the easy button to get cards, Rose Coleman's your girl. So make sure you reach out to her. She is an amazing demonstrator. She had some top honors as well in Canada, so I'm really proud of her. And I'm so honored that I can work with her. So this is so cool. So we started collaborating together. It was 2 years ago already now that we were already talking and starting our workings together. And so with this Technique Club class that she does, I ended up buying a binder to put all her the binder inserts in for what the technique is, and then a sampling. And with that, I bought a recipe cookbook. And with the recipe cookbook, it came these recipe cards. And we were talking about, well, maybe you guys give me recipes. And I'm like, I'm not going to use the recipes. I'm not going to cook. I love to cook. My mom taught me how to cook. But I don't cook very often. And if I do, it's very fast because I don't have time to eat. I do. Girls always got to eat. But we ended up coming up with the idea of giving me recipe cards. For those that are new, that's kind of how this brainchild worked. And so now what happens is you guys request a recipe card, and I send out this slip and a recipe card, and then you send it back to me. And how do you get the recipe card? For inquiring minds that want to know, you need to go to my Facebook or my website, cardsbychrisb.com. If you go to today's date, which is the 6th, you click on the class. So I have an events calendar. Go to November, click on today's date. There's a spot right here that says click here to be taken to the form. And when you click here, it takes you to a Google sign up. And when I see that I check this once a month or so. I'm already set for a few months, but I check this, and when I see that somebody signed up to get the form, I'll mail them out the form. Okay, so what happened is I have this back from Kelly Sheridan, and Kelly is from California, and she sent not only a recipe card, but she also sent some typed up notes. And for those of you that like to have it in that event for today, if you scroll down a smidge, down to the bottom here, you can see I've already uploaded this. I have a picture of the front, her back, and also the typed out version for those that want it. So for those that are working with me today, and want a copy of this to make your card now or later, just copy, you can click on the picture. Well, actually, I think you could probably go like this, and then you can make it a little bit bigger, and then you could take a screenshot that way versus me holding it up and you trying to take a picture from here. So she gave me a hint. It's a diagonal gatefold card. Okay. First thought, like, I know what a gatefold is. Hi, Karen Green. She said she thinks the set is utterly adorable. Cool. That means they named it correctly. So it's a gatefold, meaning like it opens like that. Okay, so I got that. And then, so here's our card. We'll be opening that later. So I'm going to just set that off to the side because we don't need that now. And it's diagonal, meaning diagonal is like this, like this, like this, right? Diagonal is not straight up and down or left and right. And she's got different colored cardstock. So she's got cardstock 1 and 2, a scrap for a sentiment, and then we had some white vanilla. So white and vanilla are interchangeable. Let me zoom in just a little bit. White and vanilla are interchangeable, and it just depends on the designer paper, which here, this one we're gonna be working with is probably white. And then we've got DSP 1 and a DSP 2, but she says one is a vertical pattern and one is a subtle pattern. Okay, I can handle that. And then focal image, ribbon, twine, or embellishments are optional. And then the back side here is where we have lots of words about what to do. And we also have them here, which we may work off of that. I read through these and I kind of have an idea of what we're doing. And so I will just like dig right into it. So what we want to do is look through designer paper. So what people really like about this class is I talk out loud while I design, which really helps people understand the whole rationale behind why things get picked a certain way. So we used this pattern. Oh, I have the card right here. I think I have the card right here. This is the card we did for Share, Create, Inspire last month. So we used that pattern here, and we used one of the otters, and he's holding his little pearl, his little rock. I love it. All right, so that was last month. Jenny Knutson gave us that idea. So we need a pattern and then a subtle pattern. And there was a sheet in here that I really like. I don't know why, but I like it. This one. I like this. I feel like this pattern should be in my shower, like little glass stones in the back of a shower, right? Really pretty. I was drawn to this pattern, and I love that there's a multitude and different varieties of colors in here. And I love all the colors too. I love this combination. There's something about peacock is probably one of my favorite colors. So I was drawn to this one, but so that would be our first one, right? She's got DSP 1 and 2. So we need a vertical pattern and a subtle design. Now, this to me isn't a vertical pattern. It could go either way, but just know if you do have a vertical pattern, you want to make sure that you have here 1 5/8 wide by 4 inches high for the vertical pattern. But mine is going to be any direction. And that's really sad. I know this side is cool. I showed this to Tyler last night, and he thought this was the most amazing piece of paper. It's beautiful, especially if you are doing a scrapbook page. This would be so cool to add some pictures to it somehow. But I was trying to think from a card maker's perspective for this page, what would you do for making a card? You'd almost have to take chunks and make this one and put that on the front of your card. He could be on the front of your card. These, in talking of our slimline cards, you could use this and make a slimline card with it. And then you have these that could be a smaller card, and then that could be a smaller card. So you could utilize this and just chop it up. You know, like Kylie says, I think love it, chop it. You could definitely chop that up and make it into multiple cards. So now though, I want to go with this one. And I want to find a pattern, she said a subtle pattern that goes with it. So I'm thinking it would go behind it, right? So we can pull this out and see what that looks like, which not really. It's okay, but I think that there's balmy blue here, which doesn't really have any balmy blue. And then there's a gray one. So this guy has the grays. It's like a gray granite. And that matches some of these. So this has, it seems like lighter and darker versions of gray granite. So that could work for our matting. And I know it's really hard to see it on the side, but that matches really nicely. There's also, I want to see here, there's another back pattern here. Not that one. That's our balmy blue. There's our gray. That's the peep we have. Oh, there's that one, which really is not a subtle pattern. And the fish, that is not subtle to me. So I think that if I want to stay in this DSP family, this designer paper family, I would probably go with the gray granite-ish one instead of the pool party. Now, here's the thing. Not that the pool party's bad, it would brighten it up. So now it depends on what we do for a card base. So I am kind of in between these two, and we do need a card base. So she's got here, it could be, any color that we want. And it does say that there's a coordinating cardstock. So we need 2 colors of cardstock as well. So we'd have to figure out here if we do want to pull in white as a matte. White would really brighten that up. And if we added peacock, that layering looks really nice to me. It really does. I could live with something like that. So you've got more of the blues going on. Now, the other option is you could put definitely the gray. Here would be the pool party matching, right? So it brightens it up again. I don't necessarily like it. It's washed out a little bit. I also brought Lost Lagoon so you guys could see what Lost Lagoon looks like. Not really. And then we'll pull in the pecan pie and see what that looks like. Now that I could live with too if we went with the pool party, right? That all is cohesive to me. It brings out the brown stones and it brings out the bluish ones. Okay, so that's what I have on that side. Now, let's move the pool party out of the way. Put that one. And let's bring the gray back. So if we use gray as the background, I still like the idea of white behind here. So let's just play with these. So we have this one, and you would definitely not do pecan and gray. I don't know. I wouldn't do pecan with gray. I would let me see if I have a gray granite. I have 1 sheet of gray granite down here. Okay, perfect. It is definitely the gray granite. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. Better late than never. All right, here's the gray granite. Well, that looks pretty phenomenal. I like that. Now let's just see though too what peacock looks like. I think peacock would be, all right. I think gray brings it and ties it more together. There's a Lost Lagoon. So this is what we do when we're designing up when we're up designing cards. We pull out all the different colors that kind of match the designer paper, and then we lay them behind. And then there's what pool party looks like. But I am feeling that the gray granite looks nice. I think if I had an option, if I went with the gray granite designer paper here, I would go this route. I did like the peacock back there though. I did like the peacock, I can't lie. There's something about the peacock that really, it brings out the peacock and it's not so gray. I'm leaning towards this one, but I think I would say for a second option, that's the beauty of it. If you have all these colors at home, you can mix and match and do different collages of them. If I was going to pick the pool party here, I do like the white back there. I liked this combination a lot too. Kind of beachy like. Okay, so play with your colors at home when you're working on your cards. Definitely play with them. I liked this one a lot as well. Oh man, see there's so many. That's the great thing about having a piece of designer paper like this on the front, that there's a lot of different options you could go with. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think, I needed peacock and gray. Peacock and gray, okay, Debbie Gass, I just saw her comment come through here. I love it. You guys can help me pick some colors. Peacock makes it pop more than the gray, in my opinion. Yes, Carissa. All right, I think we're gonna go with this then. This is perfect. All right, so I had peacock votes. I'm good. So we've got our paper picked out. Oh, Angelique likes the peacock too. Very good. So we have our colors picked out now. We've got designer paper, 2 of them, and we got 2 colored cardstocks. Now let's go through the process of cutting. Let's cut what we need. So a card base is a 7 1/8 by 5. So the card base is this one, and it's 7 1/8 by 5. So paper is 11 inches one way and 8 1/2 the other. So knowing that it's 5 inches, then there's a way to cut paper to be strategic as well. So half of 11 is 5.5, right? And so like my first instinct is I'm not going to cut 5 inches here and then here, because that leaves you a whole column and a little like a little row here. So be strategic when you cut your paper at home. Definitely think about how to maximize paper to leave it as big as possible so that you can work with the other pieces nicely. So knowing that I need 5 inches, that's about half of a page. So I'm going to cut it first at 5 inches, leaving over half of this page left that you could use this for a card base if you wanted to, for a different card. Now I need it 7 1/8. So with your trimmer, you need to pull open your arm and allow yourself to see the 7 1/8, like that. So now this is a scrap. We might use it for a label or we might not. So that's good. I don't know, I think everything else is smaller. I'm gonna put my arm back where it belongs. So that's our card base. So we'll set that here. We also need a 1 7/8 by 4.5. Okay, so now 4.5, 4.5 to me is more than, so if you think about a sheet of paper, 8.5, half of it is 4.25. So when you think 4.5, that's more than half a sheet. So to me, this is like, there's no rhyme or reason to cutting it. I'm just gonna cut, because I have a scrap here that I'm using, I'm just gonna cut it at 4.5 on this side. And then I'm going to cut it at 1 7/8. So that's right there. Okay. Hi, Mimi. Just checking in late. Definitely peacock and gray. Yay! Awesome. It's 4.5 times 1 7/8. And we need a color of scrap for the sentiment. So maybe that can be the sentiment. This is a scrap for me. We need white or vanilla, a 2 by 4 3/4. All right, so now this is now 4.5. So I will put it this way and give myself a 4. Well, actually, I'll just cut 2 off this way first. And then I need 4 3/4 this way. I try to keep pieces as big as I can as my scraps. And these could also be scraps for our label. So this is not only the matte on the outside, but my white is a matte on the inside. It's inside and outside, okay? We need, our DSP 1 is 4 by 1 5/8. So let's grab this one, and it's 4 inches. Mine has no direction to it. And because I don't know what else I want to use this designer paper for, I'm gonna go to the 4-inch mark here and go down to 1 5/8. It says 1 5/8. Okay, 1 5/8. Then I'm gonna flip it this way and cut it at 4. Sorry, I needed to go to 1 5/8. And what I'm doing is I'm notching it out of the paper. So go to 4 and cut down, and that's 4 by 1 5/8. And by cutting it like that, now I still have all of this left, and I just kind of notched out like that. Okay. And then we need our subtle pattern, which is 4.5 by 1 7/8. So I think I'm going to cut this at 1 7/8 here. Because it's a matte, I'm not going to worry about the direction. So it's 1 7/8. This is extra then. And it's by 4.5. Go up here. This is a scrap, or I can use it for my label, whatever I need to. So here's that. Okay. So these were outside mattes. And then she's got here scraps. We need scraps for focal images, and then she added on ribbon, twine, and embellishments. So this is what I have. I'm a little bit like, okay, I don't think I have ever made a card like this. I've made gatefolds, but I don't know if I've ever made a diagonal gatefold. All right, now let's do some scoring. It says, score on the long side of the card base at 2 3/8 and 4 3/4. So I am not the biggest fan of using this cutter trimmer for scoring. I absolutely will always pick the scoreboard for scoring. Oh man, where is it? It's not even in its home. Let's see here. One moment, please. I gotta find my scoreboard. It's not in its home. I found it. Okay, hang on. I just remembered we started working on Christmas cards the other day, and so I had a helper here, and she was scoring the bases. All right, so let's pull this out. So on the long side, to me, this is the long side. You scored at 2 3/8, 2 3/8, and at 4 3/4. Okay, that looks nice to me. Like this is the same distance as there and there. And no, okay, there's more. There's more. Okay, hang on here. Now I got to think about this. She says score this diagonally from top right to the bottom left corner of each of the panels. Do not score through the center of the panel. And they're mountain scores. Okay, so these are valleys because it divots down. And then she said these need to be mountain scores. Okay, so then we're going to be folding it the opposite. So this folds in. I'm thinking this folds in, and then the other ones will fold. They're going to fold back. Okay. Okay, wait, Kelly, did I not ask you to cut 2 pieces of each DSP? Oh, crap. Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So Kelly's watching. Hi, Kelly. I'm looking at here, and I see DSP 1 and DSP 2. So are you telling me, and I looked on here, a white vanilla cardstock, 2 times 4 3/4. Your DSPs, you have one. So Kelly, I need you to like be very good with what you write because I interpret things not always the same way as you write them. So if I need to have like 2 of each of these DSPs, I need you to write in the messaging here, just say you need 2 of each DSPs, and I'll go back and cut 2 more. So just if you could, like I was thinking in my head, I needed to cut them in half diagonally, and then one on each side, because I did a little bit of a little search to see what a diagonal gatefold card is, so I wasn't like clueless going into this. But we'll keep working on our scoring here while Kelly confirms for me if I need more DSP. So I'm gonna make sure I understand this right. Oh man. Okay, reading. Score you guys are gonna have to help me out here too, if I need it, okay? Score the card base diagonally from the top right edge okay, hang on. Score card base diagonally from the top right to the bottom left corner of each of the end panels. So this is a panel, this is the end, and this is the bottom left corner of the panel. And so what I'm imagining is I need to do a score that goes this way, like that, like how my utensil here is going. So score diagonally from the top right to the bottom left corner of each of the end panels. So this is an end panel, and this is an end panel, and she's saying to score from the top. So I think in this case, it's really hard to use this thing, the scoreboard, with it. There is a diagonal plate. I think I only have one diagonal plate. I don't think I have it down here. And so this is not going to work for doing the scoring diagonally unless you had the adapter plate that they used to sell for it. So with this, we have to make sure that we're using our scoring, and we're going to score from that corner down to this corner right here. Scoring and scoring. Okay. Just going for it. You know, and if we mess anything up, it's okay. It's just paper. They make more of it every day. I'm assuming that this is right. Okay. All right. I just want to see. Okay. I think that's what we're doing. Okay, so it twists like that. Okay, so I think we're good there. All right, so we'll come back and burnish that later. because it didn't say to fold it. So we'll see if it says fold later. You only need one of each. Sorry. Okay. All right. Good. Cut cardstock 2 diagonally. So cardstock 2 was this one. It was my 1 7/8. Yep. By 4 1/2. It says cut diagonally at the short edge from the top right to the bottom left. Okay, we can handle that. So let's put this in. So what I do for cutting with this, hi Deb Norman, I make sure my corner's up here and my corner's down here. When you go to cut, you're gonna jam your blade into your corner and it might not cut it, depending on your blade. So my trick for doing cutting when it's on the diagonal is I start right below the corner and I go up and free it, and then I go back down. So you're gonna pop it in, go up, and then when you come back down, you're not gonna catch the corner. All right, so it's saying to cut them in half diagonally from right to left. So that, all right, so far so good there. Now, in the vertical position, cut DSP number 1 diagonally from right to left. So our DSP 1 was this one. And hi Elaine Schneider, you're gonna put your corner down here and your corner here. Now again, when you put your trimmer blade down to it, you wanna start below it, not directly pushing it down. You wanna go up and then down, right? So there's that one. And then in the vertical position, cut DSP 2 diagonally from, it says from top left to bottom right. Okay, I'm trying to think that through myself. I'm trying to think that through because in my head, this was like this. And if I go the opposite direction, well, my paper doesn't matter. So if I cut it this way, it would matter. Okay, I just don't want to cut it wrong, right? You guys know the rule, right? Measure twice, cut once. In the vertical position, cut DSP 2, which was the subtle design, diagonally from top left to bottom right. If we do that, this won't mat correctly, I don't think. And I also think that that's the same size. I think that white, I wonder if, I'm just thinking, guys. I'm checking with my bank statements if I haven't seen that you cashed my checks. Oh, no, Mary Schreiber. Oh, I thought that I was all caught up on taking checks to the bank. So we'll have to check. Now you know why I tested my direction with your husband. Yes, Jean Maxwell, you sure did. And I love definitely from the top left. Okay, so we're going to do this. So Kelly says definitely thank you for being with me and holding my hand. So you guys, when Jean Maxwell did hers, she had her husband test the card, and then she showed me a picture of the card he made. It was super cool. Mary Schreiber, we're going to have to check because I could have sworn I cashed your checks. But maybe I tucked them in an envelope somewhere and I didn't cash them yet. Okay, so we're going to read this one again. In the vertical position, cut DSP number 2 diagonally from the left, the top left to the bottom right. Okay, I'm going to do it. I can always cut more paper if it's not like what I'm thinking. But this is the top left to the bottom right. Okay. All right, I did it. Okay, we cut it. Top left to bottom right. Adhere, okay. I think we're going to be okay on cutting. I'm just going to move this off to the side for now because I don't know if we need to cut more. Now, it says adhere the diagonal cardstock pieces to the center of each of the 2 outer diagonal panels. Okay, I have to read that again. Adhere the diagonal cardstock pieces to the center of each of the 2 outer diagonal panels. Okay, that makes sense to me. That would go here and here. Before I get glue happy, I'm going to keep reading. So that would be adhering them here. Adhering each DSP1 to the center of each of the angled colored cardstock pieces. Adhering each DSP1 to the center of each of the angled colored cardstock pieces. Oh, it's going on the inside flap. Oh. Okay. So, hang on. So Kay's trying to help me out here. Definitely, okay. Okay, all right. So this might go here in here, inside flap. Okay, got it. So if that goes like that, and then okay, I think I got it. So then these go here. Oh my goodness. I don't know about that. Okay, hang on. This fits here, and this fits in it, like that. Oh, okay. This goes here, and then that might go there. I don't know. I'm thinking now. That goes like that. Maybe that's how it all goes. Okay. All right. I've got that. Like maybe. Isn't your DSP the flowers? Nope. My DSP is not flowers. I went with the stones. The flowers were not what I chose. I went with the stones, actually. So here's what I've got. Figure it out. Let me read this again. Adhere the diagonal cardstock pieces to the center of each of the two outer diagonal panels. So that was the cardstock. So then if that's what she's thinking, maybe it could be the other way though too. Nope, it doesn't go the other way. They don't fit the other way. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it because that's the way that that would fit. They wouldn't necessarily fit the other way. So I'm okay with that. This is even looking cool. So I'm good with it. All right, adhere each DSP 1 to the center of each of the angled colored cardstock pieces, which is what, that sounds right to me. Adhere DSP number 2 to the back side of the card. One piece will get attached to the center of the left panel in the upper right direction. Attach the other piece of DSP number 2 to the center of the right panel in the lower left section. Okay. You got it. Okay, she said I got it. Okay, so I'm thinking that's what we got. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Adhere the white cardstock to the inside center of the card. Stamp your greeting. Adhere center. Okay, so I think that now I'm gonna glue this. I feel confident gluing. So we're gonna glue those first, and we'll flip these over and glue those. So let's get glue happy. Whew, guys, I'm stretching my brain today. Sorry, little tail, we're covering you up. We're gonna put this. I had a feeling that these all look like we're matting onto each other. So this one will go on here, like that. It's nice that the mat is so perfect. Diagonal mats are not the easiest thing to do. I will say that. So there's what we have there. And then these. Oops, I got glue on the edge. I'll clean that up. Like that. I can fit you. Like that. And then this guy will go here. Like that. Okay. And now we'll keep gluing these down to the front. A little bit of glue will do it. And like that. And then this one can go. So how many of you have done a card like this? I can't say that I ever have. But it's good to do cards that you like. Again, this could be another fun full card. So then this panel goes here. And I'm guessing that if we wanted, we could even cut ourselves another piece to put on the inside here. And it could very well be the gray piece that we didn't use, because that would probably tie in nicely with it. Adhere the white cardstock to the inside of the card. Stamp your greeting. Adhere the sentiment to only the left front panel when closed. If you adhere to both sides, you will glue your card shut. Optional, add a focal image, ribbon, bow. Okay, so let's work on what we're going to do for, now that we got through our paper part of it, we are going to put "You're Utterly Amazing" on it. And then it says, "Love you lots." We're going to put that on there because that little guy will fit right in there. And we're going to stamp a little baby in here. Put the little baby in there. There are a lot of different otters that you could pick from in the designer series paper as well. And let's go ahead and, oh, I don't think I pulled any blocks. One moment, please. Follow the instructions on the pin pad. We're going to do "Love you lots" up here. Like that. I likey. Catherine has made a bunch of them. Good job, Catherine. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. This is the front, and I was thinking about what kind of a punch would work. I grabbed different punches. Oh, that would work with "You Are Utterly Amazing." I have an idea in my head. What we could do is punch out a color and then cut out maybe a little square to go in the middle of it. And the coordinating color, let's see here. "Love you lots." And then we're going to do, this little guy could actually work. And then I've got some extra peacock here. Let me get a piece really quick of a small one. The shape I'm looking for is maybe this one, like this. Under that, and then cutting a piece small enough and stamping the "You Are Utterly Amazing" on it. Let's grab this and the size that I would want. Haven't tried this fold yet, but have wanted to try it. Well, now, Carissa, you can see how easy it really is. This is about 1 3/4, so maybe we'll do 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. And as long as, ooh, that's a little bit, but if we do it like a diamond, we should be fine, because diamonds are forever, ever, ever. We need a little cutter here, so let's grab this. We're going to try 1 5/8 actually. So let's do 1 and, this is really hard to read the measurements here. 1 5/8 right here by 1 5/8. Too big. All right, so it does need to be 1 1/2. If I had my circle punches down here, I would definitely opt for putting a circle punch, but thinking that and then putting that should work good. I can even do one more hair off of here, I think. So we end up with 1 9/16 by 1 9/16. And we're going to stamp the sentiment then. And Angelique's done this one time. See, that fits your diamond, but if you did it this way, it would be off the edge. But by putting it on here diagonally, it fills up the square very nicely. And then that's going to go on here like this. And, okay, so now my question is, does the card goes like how does it go on here? I'm wondering if it needs to go like this. Like that. And then we're going to glue it only to the left side. And then, oh, that's perfect. All right. So our otter, though, should not get stamped in peacock. I would guess we'll make an otter. And we will make him in the pecan pie. I think he'll look very nice like that. And he's a wee widow one. He's going to be hanging out here at the bottom. And then what you can do for coloring him, you can grab your block here. Don't get any peacock ink on here, but get a little bit of brown on the edge here. Grab your Stella pen, and you can use your Stella pen to color with ink and get your otter colored in. Might as well just do the pecan pie. It'll look nice. And then he'll be all glitterified and ready to go. You could use your blender pen as well if you didn't have a Stella pen for coloring. But we got the little guy colored in, which is cool. And then when you're done, just wipe out your Stella pen so that you don't get brown ink in the next project that you're working on. And there's got to be a way. Susan Bellamy, she registered for On Stage, and so has Christine. That is 2 thumbs up for you gals. Yay, good job. Very good, glad to hear that. And we're gonna figure out a way to add ribbon to the card. So this gets glued in. The inside. You guys know I use my scraps as much as I can, so nobody sees the back side of it. That goes right there. And then I think what we're gonna do is pop up the You're Utterly Amazing. So Susan, then, if you and Christine are also planning to do the Make and Take event that Brandy and I are hosting, you should definitely get registered for that. We have 37 registered already, and we want to make sure that everybody that wants to do that can get in. I think what I want to do, though, before I put this down, I was thinking about where am I going to add ribbon, or how can I add ribbon? And we're going to add it along the bottom edge here. So I added a little tear and tape. Using some of this new, it's called Lost Lagoon Soft Cording. Finding the start of it is always, oh, look at that, I found it right away. Finding the start is sometimes a hard thing to do. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna leave the tail hanging out, and we're gonna make a little loop down here, little loop-de-loop. Sometimes a little bit less is best too, so he's gotta come down this way. Barbara Gabi, I will sign up for On Stage after your class. So Barbara, for you and Faye, how the registration, just so you guys know, I'm just gonna tell you this because I was gonna talk to you. Once you register, Stampin' Up! Sends an email link saying that you, or they send you an email saying you've registered. And then after you register, it says, do you need a room, right? So the registration part doesn't include the hotel part. So you can go ahead and get registered. And then after that, if you need to register for the hotel, then you could possibly do that. You should check right away though, because I don't want the Sheraton to fill up before you book. And since you guys aren't staying Saturday night, I think you guys talked about leaving on Saturday and not staying through Sunday, you should try to see if you can get into the Sheraton and book your hotel that way. I think that would be better because ours are Wednesday through Sunday. And so just see what you can do with the hotel. And I believe you don't have to pay for it right away. I believe you can just book it and then you can always cancel it later. But I would say if you can get into the Sheraton on the nights that you need them, that you should go for it, and let's go that route, okay? And let me know if you need help, okay? Call me as soon as you're doing it so that if you need help, I can help you figure it out. All right, so I didn't go ahead. I waited so you guys can see. I think I want it looking like that. And I'm going like this. And we'll snap this off here like that. And that was my ribbon scissors, so then I'm just going to use the glue one here and just cut that off. There. So we have a little tail coming down, and that little tail now is going to be perfect. I actually will pick this off and put that right on our label. It's a perfect size for that. Scoot him over there. Now, the instruction says, adhere the sentiment only to the left side front panel when closed. And if you adhere to both sides, you'll glue your card shut, which I get that. So you don't want to have a fake card, or a trick card, I should say. And I think what we'll do is we'll add some dimensionals to pop it up. I'll talk to Faye. I think we are leaving Sunday. Okay, well, Barbara, if that is the case and you're leaving Sunday, the reservations that I have are from Wednesday night through Sunday. I have 2 people yet on the team that I'm waiting for confirmation if they are coming or not. If they are not coming, I have a room for you. So I need to check with them yet to understand if they're coming or not. So I'm just double checking here. Oh, I put them in the wrong spot. Hang on, this needs to go right up here instead. So I still want you to hang tight. I'm going to reach out to these people this afternoon. So I think we go like, and when the card is like this, I want it to look like that. So I think it goes great like this. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Something like that. And then you should be able to see, if you do see it, just squish it back in there better. Okay, like that. Okay, don't want to see that. Now, we've got ribbon. We already did a little Stella, but we can add a little more Stella here around the edge of your label. You can add Stella. I believe this punch is still current. I pulled it off the current section over on my pile there, so hopefully it's current. I don't know the name, honestly. It was something with a tag. And then the gemsies. We have these beautiful new gems. Deanne Dawn, what time on Wednesday are you arriving into Raleigh? I believe that we arrive in the afternoon, and I can answer this for you really fast because I actually sent the email out to you today. If you go into your inbox, I just sent it to you. The email I just sent to you is at 12:44 Central. Scroll down. It's not going to pop up here. Scroll down. I have my flights, picture of my flight information in there for you so that you can see it. I think we're going to use the bluish ones. Oh, yeah. Right there. No, you know what? Maybe the gray ones. You can see them and maybe mixed with a little white one. And then we'll put the other blue one over here. So we'll use all three colors. So, Deanne Dawn, the email I just sent you, scroll down, and I have a picture of, oh, you can't see it here, but in your computer you'll see it. There's a picture of my flights right there so that you can see what day and time. I think in the afternoon, early afternoon is when we get in. All right, and then we leave first thing at the butt crack of dawn on Sunday morning. This is it. So we have here You're Utterly Amazing, complete with some brown ink on the side there. That's how that goes. And you open it, it says love you lots, and we've got a little otter hanging out. If I was in the mood for a little bit of fussy cutting some otters, I was actually thinking about figuring out how to put an otter on the inside here. And the other thing I was thinking about doing was adding another piece of designer paper on the inside. So let me just do that. I really wanted to dress the inside up just a hair. So our designer paper is 1 7/8 by 4.5. So 1 7/8. I'm gonna try this really quick just to add one more thing. 1 7/8. I'll go like this. 1 7/8. We'll go right there. Just go like that. Get that off of there. And then 4.5. Like here. This is extra. And then the way it looks like I need to do is cut from this side to this side. Remember to pick up and then drop down, and then you don't crunch your corner like that. When is the extra project at? So if you opt to want to do the project with Brandy and me, then that is from 10 until 2 on Thursday. And anybody watching me that would like to be part of our community, like you're currently watching me, you're part of our community. If you want to get the information on it, Brandy and I are doing a Make and Tank event on March 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I can send you the link, and it takes you in that you can go ahead, and that's Brandy and then me at Onstage last year. If you want to do the Make and Take, it talks about what you get, how much it costs. You can add it to your cart and you can check out. Right, that's ours. Stampin' Up! Also has a pay and play event that you can. Did I do these backwards? No, I didn't. I did them good. Stampin' Up! Has a pay and play, and it's $80, and you get a bundle with it, and you can play with new products. And that's in the evening. I think it's at 7 p.m. And it's at the convention center, I think. Ours is at the Sheraton. Our Make and Take event is at the Sheraton, because that's where we're staying. And for us, you're going to get a class. We are designing a class together. You get lunch, and you will get like a ribbon and embellishment and all the stuff that you need to make the class. And we're doing swapping as well. And it's just going to be great. Socializing, being together. That's what it's all about for us. All right, so I added on another piece of designer paper. So it's like this. I felt like I wanted the inside to have some pool party as well. I think that's good. Okay, I'm good with it. Now, the question is, do I want more embellishments? You could have put them here and here because they end up being on the back, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. You like to do the Make and Take. Perfect, Dan. So what you should do is go to the email I just sent and register for that as well then, so that we can make sure we get you in there. I think we're already at like about 38 people signed up for it, and only 15 people on my team have signed up, and there's 30, I think I have 40 people total on my team that are going to onstage, which is amazing. Super cool. All right, we did it. The stress level is down a little bit now. We got a card made. I think it is truly officially a card. It's perfect, and it must be an A2 size card, because when you fold it flat here, it fits into an envelope, which is super cool. And I get to use my handy dandy little envelope. Oh, envelope opener. Oops, there we go. My B, super cool. And look at it. Good. All right. Very nice. I would say that I passed the test, Kelly. I think that I passed the test. If we look at them, they look, oh man, you almost bamboozled me. Debbie Gass sent an email about it today. Perfect. Great card. Love it. So you almost bamboozled me. I got bamboozled on Sunday by daylight savings time. I got bamboozled the other night with it was, I know somebody's watching. Hope, I'm gonna have to tell you, you completely bamboozled me when you congratulated me on being number 11 on, what was it, Monday night. And I was like, what? How was I number 11 again? Like, that doesn't seem right. How was I number 11 2 years in a row? Like, what are the odds that I'm a number 11? And here, Hope had looked at last year's numbers and didn't realize that they hadn't uploaded the new ones yet. So Hope, I will have to admit, you got me. You got me good. Because I had to do a little researching and figure out, I'm like, well, it's not been published. And that's when I messaged you. I'm like, I don't think that it's been shared yet. So you got me though. You really got me. And Kelly, you almost got me too, because I was really confused about the designer paper, where that went. And so I almost, you could see I was not wanting to cut it the opposite way. And I'm glad I did and followed your guidance, you guys, because I did it. It turned out right. I think it turned out right. So I love the stone pattern. Great choice. Colors complement well. I agree. Thank you for that, Catherine. I love it. Now I did get some brown ink on there, but that's why you guys, if you have ink erasers, you can go ahead and usually I can pretty well get the ink off of things or lighten it up so that it's less noticeable. Those are handy. Stamp It Up used to sell these a long time ago, and now you have to buy them on the Amazonian. So yeah, but I pretty much got it off, and I had the ability to add a little ribbon on here. So love the card and colors. Great. Okay, we did it. We passed it, you guys, and it's only 220. This is an awesome. I love it. It was a challenging card, but yet it wasn't overwhelming, which is good. And you guys, these are published out there. You can also watch for an email from me. After every class that I do send out a thank you email. So if you don't get emails from me and you would like to get emails, all you have to do is go subscribe to them. Go to cardsbychrisb.com. It's my website. And when it pops up, it'll show Cards by Christine. But it's cardsbychrisb.com. And I'm wearing a yellow shirt. And underneath that shirt is where I have my current host code in case you want to buy any products to get any classes for free, or if you want to buy any products in general, you can help me, like support the cause, right? That's all good. And if you have over $50 and you use the host code, you can pick out free classes with me, which is super, super awesome, kidded classes. Underneath that though is where the email subscription is. And when you put your email address in there and subscribe to my emails, I email about all the classes that I have coming up. I sometimes send reminders, and always I send thank yous afterwards. And in those thank you emails is when I include a link to the class, so you have it easily accessible via YouTube. And then for this class in particular, this is where I like to see what you're creating. I try to encourage you guys to use what you have and buy what you love. I really do. So in this one, I gave you the instructions, or I should say Kelly gave you instructions and measurements, and we gave you the samples of what the card looks like. And we want to encourage you to use her recipe and find inspiration in the cards that we made, and then for you guys to create your own. And once you do, I would love for you guys to share it. Take a picture of it, and there's a spot in my Facebook page. So we're in YouTube right now watching the video, but go back to Facebook. And in Facebook, I have a Facebook page called also Cards by Christine. And you go to, let's flip over to Cards by Christine. You flip over here, and you go into my page, and under the area where it has events, we are currently in an event right now called Share a Recipe, Create a Card. Sometimes when it's done then, it moves to the past events. If I am on my A game, I have, in the discussion, I didn't do it yet, but as soon as, okay, so I didn't do it yet, but let's look at a past one. So if we go to the past, you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. Here, I just had it October 28th. You click on discussion, so this is last one. And I put Jenny's recipe in here. I had our pictures I'll add eventually when Kelly watermarks them for me. But here, this is what you'll find in a moment. I got my computer over here. As soon as I finish, I'll try to post this right away. Did you find inspiration in Share, Create, and Inspire Card Class? Share your creations here by, it'll be by November 30th, Saturday, November 30th at 11 p.m. to be entered into the drawing to win a prize. And we only had 2 people. Jenny Knutson made another card, and then Anna Revedue made a card. And so we will be doing this drawing, I think, next week. I don't have, you guys, did anybody who was watching me on Monday night when I said, oh, see you guys on the 14th? Well, that's when we have the next card class. Did anybody think, oh, she already forgot that she's got SCI on Wednesday? If you did, it dawned on me about a half hour after I finished the live. I'm like, wait, I've got class on Wednesday. So I love it. Angelique, she was 8. Yeah, James. So if you weren't 11, what number were you? Oh, thanks for answering that, Angelique. Yes, number 8. I was double zeros. I was 8. So yeah, we did it great, Jean. And so we now I don't have class tomorrow night. For some odd reason, I just didn't have, oh, it's because backstage is happening now. For the Silver Elite and above, the leaders, they have backstage. We have backstage. And it does technically start tomorrow, and it goes through Saturday. And originally I was thinking that I would be getting together with my Silver Elites and colleagues that are Silver Elites. We were going to be getting together and spending the next 3 days at a hotel somewhere watching the program. And that panned out. It didn't happen. And so that's why I don't have class tomorrow night. And I was thinking about moving Memories and More there, but I think tomorrow night Tyler and I are going to be laying up stone. And that leaves, then we're going to get together, Tracy Sorge and Diane Bogenhagen and I are getting together on Saturday to watch that days of activities and those presentations together as a team. And then I've got lots of in-person stuff next week. Monday is a double header with in-person classes. And on Wednesday evening, I have class. And then we're here on the 14th. I think I have class on Wednesday night, the 13th. Then we're back here on the 14th. So, no, lies. We have the monthly class on the 13th, you guys, at 3 p.m. And I leave for Las Vegas on the 14th. Okay, so no class on Thursday night. 2 Thursdays in a row you guys have. It feels like the end of the season and your show is ending and you don't have 2 weeks of your show on the regular night. But for anybody that missed the Memories and More or missed this class, you can always replay them on tomorrow night. And then you can watch the monthly class on Thursday night like you would normally do. So yeah, so that's Thursday's a busy day. I have 3 classes on Thursday and then I'm gone for a little bit and back at it with mystery and let's just stamp the following week. So good stuff. You guys, the scavenger hunt status. Oh man, Jean. Oh, one of those days I'm going to get that scavenger hunt done and it will. And I keep saying, you guys are probably like, I don't believe her anymore. She says she's going to get that done and she doesn't do it. So what's first on my docket, actually, you know, for those people that they place $50 orders with me in August, I'm trying to catch that one up. I am going to be putting your gift in with your package that's going out on Friday. So for those that had a $50 order or more, up to 2 orders, you'll have up to 2 gifts from me of some retired product that I cleaned out my craft room back in August. And so that is what I'm going to be trying to focus on. And then the scavenger hunt. So it'll happen. We will not miss it this catalog period. We'll not miss it because I haven't missed a scavenger hunt since I started doing them in 2016 or 17. So we're not missing it. It's just coming. It is coming. So, and when I do the scavenger hunt, you guys, it'll be emailed and I will be posting it as well in my page. So Jean, you shouldn't miss it, hopefully, if you get emails from me. And if you're watching my Facebook page, you'll get a notice. So Kelly said, thank you for trying my card. Once you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. And that is so true. That is not bad at all. This card wasn't bad at all. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. As Matthew McConaughey would say. Right. I think we're good. Wow. 2 classes in the books for November already and many more to come. If you need to get signed up for anything, you can still do it. I know Lynn Beasley, you just reached out to me and said, here's my class list. I'll be working on that. And I'm going to go back to my emails for about like probably the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I will be focusing on that over the next 2 or 3 days. So Jean Maxwell, you asked when the scavenger hunt comes. To me, the scavenger hunt is fun and games, and emails are business. And so business needs to come before pleasure. And so the emails will come first, and then scavenger hunt will follow after that. And then once I get through my big shipping day on Friday, I can change focus onto other things. So, all right, making the magic happen one day at a time, you guys. All right, we'll see you next time. Lots of love, sunshine, and big hugs to everybody. We'll catch you later. Have a good rest of your week. Bye, everybody.